Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. We begin in the name of Almighty Allah, the most magnificent, the ever merciful. We glorify Him, we praise Him, and of course, we elevate His name as He ought to be elevated. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I extend to you the eternal and, of course, the universal salutation of peace. May the peace, blessings, and mercies of Almighty Allah be upon you. A most pleasant good morning, of course, going out to you on this beautiful, beautiful Friday morning. As always, I do pray and hope that you are healthy, well, enjoying a period of happiness, a period of prosperity and well-being. So we have now come to the end of another week. We are heading towards the weekend. How has your week been thus far? I hope all has been well. And I pray that Almighty Allah continues to bless you with goodness in this life as well as in the life of the hereafter. I am your host and brother in humanity, Imam Safraz Ghani, here in your company once again on this beautiful and auspicious day of Jum'ah, the day of Friday here in Trinidad and Tobago. Jummah Mubarak going out to you and yours. And of course, before we go any further, I must take the opportunity to say a very special thank you going out to Pandit Shivan Hari Prasad for those beautiful and those wonderful words of inspiration and motivation. And as you always tend to do here on the program, we most definitely do wish him a safe and a speedy trip back home. All praises are due to Almighty Allah, the Lord of the worlds, the magnificent, the merciful, Master of the Day of Judgment. Oh Allah, it is you do we worship, and from you only do we ask for help. Guide us to the straight path, the path of those upon whom you have bestowed your favor, not the path of those who have evoked your anger, nor the path of those who have gone astray. Ameen ya Rabbil Alameen. Well, today's Islamic date is the 15th day in the month of Sha'ban, which of course is the 8th month on the Islamic calendar. So basically the days are counting down very, very quickly before the arrival of that special month, the holy month of Ramadan. So literally we've got like about 14 or 15 days left, roughly about 2 weeks left before the arrival of that special month. How is your preparation going? Your preparation should be well on the way by now, leading up to that beautiful month, the holy month of Ramadan. Today also coincides with the second Friday in the month of February for the year 2025. We pray that Almighty Allah continues to grant us good life, good health, strength, that we're able to continue to strive to become better people upon the face of the earth. Well, at this point, as we are now getting ready to commence the holy day of Jum'ah here in Trinidad and Tobago, of course, allow me now to take the opportunity to welcome you, to officially welcome you live on air, live on the internet as well, live across our social feeds on Facebook and on YouTube as well, for this weekly program titled Soul Inspirations. Your program for inspiration, information, education, and entertainment. It's definitely a pleasure to have you on board. Definitely do stick around as we aim to enrich and enlighten your soul.
الصبح بدا من طلعته والليل دجى من وفرته है नूर साहर चेहरे से तेरे और शब की रौनक जुल्फों से अल्लाहु 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 كنز الكرم مولى النعم هدي الأمم بشريعته नेमत का हसीना है मौला गंजीना है रहमत है आका आदि है तमामी उम्मती के ओ रहनुमा है शरीयत के अल्लाहु 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 अल्लाह अल्लाहु 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 अल्लाह سأت الشجر نتلقى الحجر شق القمر بإشارته उंगली के इशारे पैर चले हिजाज से पत्थर बोल उठे और चांद हुआ है तो टुकड़े अंगुष्ठ के इशारे से अल्लाहु 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 जिब्रील अता लैलत अस्रा والرب دعا في حضرته जिब्रील पैगाम खुदा लेकर आए थे शबे हसरा अल्लाहु 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 فوسيلتنا هو سيدنا والعز لنا بإجابته الله 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 لا إله إلا الله.
Soul Inspirations on 103.1 FM, brought to you courtesy Nicer Brand Products Limited, Point Fortin Hardware Limited, Absolute Investments Limited, Adams Project Management Construction, and the TriniLink Solutions. You are listening to Soul Inspirations.
Yes, indeed, you are tuning to Soul Inspirations right here on 103.1 FM with yours truly, Imam Safras Ghani. And of course, I must say it's always an absolute pleasure and indeed a personal honor to be here in your company once again. Thank you so much for the pleasure of your company. Thank you so much for the beautiful messages I have been receiving thus far via the WhatsApp number 2994103 and also via the social feeds as well. Jummah Mubarak going out to you and yours. On the program this morning, of course, we've got a very, very intriguing segment as always lined up for you. Well, I've got a few beautiful Islamic selections. We've got our short inspirational coming up in just a bit. I've also got coming up a bit later on our lecture segment. This morning we'll be talking about the detriments of suspicion. So I've got lots to share with you as we continue on with this particular hour together. Most definitely do stick around. This is Soul Inspirations right here on 103.1 FM.
अल्लाह ही अल्लाह किया करो, दुख न किसी को दिया करो, जो दुनिया का मालिक है नामों से का लिया करो। अल्लाह ही अल्लाह, अल्लाह ही अल्लाह, अल्लाह ही अल्लाह किया करो, दुख न किसी को दिया करो, जो दुनिया का मालिक है नाम उसी का लिया करो अल्लाह ही अल्लाह Allah ही अल्लाह You are the one who we turn to You are the one who we call to Allah You are the one who helps us through when life's hard we depend on you we depend on you. You're the one who answers and doors. You're the only one who heals broken hearts. So keep us on sirat al-mustaqim. Allah ही अल्लाह किया करो दुख न किसी को दिया करो जो दुनिया का मालिक है नाम उसी का लिया करो अल्लाह ही अल्लाह अल्लाह ही अल्लाह अल्लाह ही अल्लाह किया करो दुख न किसी को दिया करो जो दुनिया का मालिक है नाम उसी का लिया करो अल्लाह ही अल्लाह अल्लाह ही अल्लाह You are the one who cares for us Our love for you shines brighter than the stars You are the one who's always there for us. When we walk to you, you come running to us. You're the one who answers and doors. You're the only one who heals broken hearts. So keep us on sirat al-mustaqim. Allah ही अल्लाह किया करो दुख न किसी को दिया करो जो दुनिया का मालिक है नाम उसी का लिया करो अल्लाह ही अल्लाह अल्लाह ही अल्लाह अल्लाह ही अल्लाह किया करो दुख न किसी को दिया करो जो दुनिया का मालिक है नाम उसी का लिया करो अल्लाह ही अल्लाह अल्लाह ही अल्लाह अल्लाह ही अल्लाह किया करो अल्लाह ही अल्लाह किया करो दुख न किसी को दिया करो दुख न किसी को दिया करो दुख न किसी को दिया करो अल्लाह ही अल्लाह किया करो दुख न किसी को दिया करो जो दुनिया का मालिक है नाम उसी का लिया करो नाम उसी का लिया करो अल्लाह ही अल्लाह किया करो दुख न किसी को दिया करो जो दुनिया का मालिक है नाम उसी का लिया करो अल्लाह ही अल्लाह अल्लाह ही अल्लाह अल्लाह ही अल्लाह किया करो दुख न किसी को दिया करो जो दुनिया का मालिक है नाम उसी का लिया करो अल्लाह ही अल्लाह अल्लाह ही अल्लाह अल्लाह ही अल्लाह किया करो दुख न किसी को दिया करो जो दुनिया का मालिक है नाम उसी का लिया करो नाम उसी का लिया करो अल्लाह ही अल्लाह किया करो दुख न किसी को दिया करो जो दुनिया का मालिक है नाम उसी का लिया करो अल्लाह ही अल्लाह अल्लाह ही अल्लाह अल्लाह ही अल्लाह किया करो दुख न किसी को दिया करो जो दुनिया का मालिक है नाम उसी का लिया करो अल्लाह ही अल्लाह अल्लाह ही अल्लाह
अल्लाह ही अल्लाह किया करो जो दुनिया का मालिक है नाम उसी का लिया करो. Beautiful nasheed to kickstart things here this morning on the program. Continue to call upon the name of the Almighty. Call upon that being who is indeed the Malik, who is indeed the owner of the entire creation. May Allah continue to bless us all as we continue on with the journey of this beautiful day of Jum'ah, and of course with the journey of our lives. And as we look forward to another day, we thank Allah for all of His blessings. We thank Allah for health, for strength, for giving us the ability to rise to face another day. And every single day, choose to rise. Don't allow yourself to slip into a slumber. Establish your goals and rise to the challenge. Because you know you were never meant to settle for less. You were never destined to settle for less. You were destined to rise. Rise above all those who would have doubted you. Rise above all of the challenges. Rise above all those things that would have put you down. Rise above all those people who did not support you in your time of need. Rise higher than you can ever imagine, and I can tell you, the sky will be the limit. So the goal in life isn't to get rid of your negative thoughts, feelings, or life situations. That is absolutely impossible, because life will always have situations. You will always be faced with challenges. The goal is to change your response to those challenges, to grow so strong in the inside that absolutely nothing on the outside can affect your inner well-being, your inner wellness, without your prior permission. And with that strong resolve, it becomes so much easier to face the challenges of this world. So I say to you this morning, may Allah bless you with that inner strength, that inner light. May He guide you always to that which is good. May He bless you with goodness in this life, in the life of the hereafter. May He remove all challenges and obstacles from your path, and may He continue to guide you towards happiness, towards prosperity, towards goodness, and may He always grant you the courage to face the difficulties of the challenges that will come your way this day, and as you continue on with the journey of your life. Well, with that being said, our inspirational segment is literally just around the corner. Do stick around. You're listening to Soul Inspirations right here on 103.1 FM.
Soul Inspirations on 103.1 FM, brought to you courtesy Nicer Brand Products Limited, Point Fortin Hardware Limited, Absolute Investments Limited, Adams Project Management Construction, and the TriniLink Solutions. You are listening to Soul Inspirations.
So I'm pretty sure that you would have heard the saying that if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its entire life believing that it is foolish. This simple saying means that everyone is unique and everyone's journey is different, and everyone will be faced with different challenges from time to time. So it is very important to think twice before measuring yourself and others against inappropriate standards. Everyone has a different ability, and oftentimes comparing yourself to someone else's abilities might mean overlooking what it is that you are naturally more suited towards doing. Every person has a unique path upon which he has to traverse in this world. But it is very, very detrimental when you begin to compare yourself to others. And in today's era, in the age of social media, in the age of constant connectivity, it has become all too easy to fall prey, to fall into the trap of comparing your successes, comparing your appearances, comparing your lifestyle with those around you. And let's be very, very clear this morning. This habit can be extremely detrimental and can have detrimental effects on your mental well-being and on your overall happiness as well. Allah Almighty Allah has created every single individual with beautiful traits within himself. Your responsibility is to find those traits within yourself without comparing yourself to another person. Because when you compare yourself with another person, you fall prey of evolving in your mind or creating in your mind illusions of perfection. It is important to understand that one of the significant downsides of comparing yourself to others is the illusion of perfection it creates in your mind. When you look at carefully fabricated social media profiles or social media content, or you hear about someone's fake accomplishments, it is important to remember that these representations are often made up versions of reality. You should also be very, very mindful of unfair comparison. Comparing yourself with others is highly unfair to you as an individual. Why? Because of everything I just mentioned above. You are unique. You have been blessed with Allah with a unique set of traits. Beautiful gems hidden within yourself. Each person's journey is unique. You have different strengths and weaknesses, and different opportunities will come your way, different challenges will come your way. And when you compare yourself to others, you overlook these individual traits, these individual blessings, and you focus solely on external factors. And this can lead you down a skewed sense of self-worth. When you begin to compare yourself with others, it has such a negative impact on your self-esteem. If you perceive yourself as falling short in comparison to others, it can even breed within you feelings of insecurity, feelings of dissatisfaction with your life, so to speak, and it can even lead to depression. When you begin to compare yourself with others, you begin to miss opportunities for growth that are literally right there in front of you. When you become so preoccupied with what others are doing, with how others are living their life, with what they are enjoying, you tend to lose sight of your own personal growth and development. So instead of focusing on the talents and aspirations of others, try to become fixated on your own goals, become focused on your own traits, and try to develop those traits to become a better person upon the face of the earth. When you continue to compare yourself with others, sometimes that can put a very, very hard strain on your relationships. Constantly measuring yourselves against your friends and your colleagues and even family members will most definitely breed envy, resentment, and unhealthy competition. And the sphere of our competition should really revolve around goodness. And Mighty Allah reminds us in the Quran that do not compete with one another in vile pursuits, rather compete with one another in goodness. So the big question is, how do you prevent yourself from falling into that habit of comparing yourself with others? Well, first of all, cultivate self-awareness. Start by becoming aware of your own thoughts. Become aware of your own behaviors and become aware of the traits that Almighty Allah has blessed you with. By developing self-awareness, you can begin to interrupt the pattern of falling into that realm of comparing yourself with one another. Also, it is important to focus on your journey. Focus on the road ahead. Don't look right, don't look left, don't look behind. Focus ahead. Fixate on what you have achieved. Concentrate on your goals. Concentrate on your aspirations, and concentrate on the process that will push you towards personal growth. And whatever you do, always ensure that you practice gratitude. Thank Almighty Allah for the traits, the characteristics, the abilities, the faculties He has blessed you with. When you fall into the habits of practicing gratitude, that in itself divert your attention away from comparing with another person. Also practice self-acceptance. Accept yourself as you are, with all your strengths and weaknesses. Understand that everyone has their own sets of strengths, their own sets of weaknesses, and it is not productive, it is unproductive, and it is not fair to you to compare yourself to others. And I would want to throw this in as well. Very importantly, try to limit social media consumption. Social media platforms can be a breeding ground for comparison. I always want to outdo what I see on the screen. If this person is wearing a particular thing, I want to wear something better than that person. If this person is eating a particular thing, I want to eat something better than that person. So take a break from excessive social media and use other platforms that will boost your positivity. Use other platforms that will create a healthy mind. And finally, most importantly, surround yourself with positive influences. Surround yourself with positive support. Positive people will uplift and inspire you. Very, very important. So in conclusion, the habit of comparing yourself to others can have detrimental effects on your mental well-being, your self-esteem, and your overall happiness. Understand and know that Almighty Allah has created you unique, and the only person you should compare yourself to is the person you were yesterday. Well, at this point on the program, we now go to the early morning call to prayer. The early morning call to prayer is being brought to you this morning through the kind courtesies of Absolute Investments Limited of Monroe Road in Canupia.
أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على حي على الصلاة حي على حي على إلا الله
Soul Inspirations on 103.1 FM, brought to you courtesy Nisa Brand Products Limited, Point Fortin Hardware Limited, Absolute Investments Limited, Adams Project Management Construction, and the Trini Link Solutions. You are listening to Soul Inspirations.
When you feel all alone in this world and there's nobody to count your tears, just remember no matter where you are, Allah knows, Allah knows. When you're carrying a monster alone and you wonder how far you can go, with every step on that road you take, Allah knows, Allah knows. No matter what inside or out, there's one thing of which there's no doubt. Allah knows, Allah knows. And whatever lies in the heavens and the earth, every star in this whole universe, Allah knows, Allah knows. When you find that special someone, feel your whole life has barely begun. You can walk on the moon, shout it to everyone. Allah knows, Allah knows. When you gaze with love in your eyes, catch a glimpse of paradise, and you see your child take the friends with Allah knows, Allah knows. No matter what inside or out, there's one thing of which there's no doubt. Allah knows, Allah knows. And whatever lies in the heavens and the earth, every star in this whole universe, Allah knows, Allah knows. When you lose someone close to your heart, see your whole world fall apart, and you try to go on, but it seems so hard. Allah knows, Allah knows. You see, we all have to choose. Through the valleys and hills we go, with the ups and the downs, never regret. Allah knows, Allah knows. No matter what inside or out, there's one thing of which there's no doubt. Allah knows, Allah knows. And whatever lies in the heavens and the earth, every star in this whole universe, Allah knows, Allah knows. 'Cause no matter what inside or out, there's one thing I wish there's no doubt. Allah knows, Allah knows. And whatever lies in the heavens and the earth, every star in this whole universe, Allah knows, Allah knows. Every grain of sand in every desert land He knows. Every shade of earth, every closed hand He knows. Every sparkling tear on every eyelid He knows. Every thought I have and every word I share He knows. Allah knows. हम तेरे बिना अब रह नहीं सकते, तेरे बिना क्या वजूद मेरा। हाँ सकते तेरे बिना क्या वजूद मेरा तुझसे जुदा अगर हो जाएंगे तो खुद से ही हो जाएंगे जुदा अब तुम ही हो बस तुम ही हो या रबी बस तुम ही हो चैन भी मेरी हर खुशी मेरी जिंदगी बस तुम ही हो या रबी तेरा मेरा रिश्ता है कैसा एक पल दूर गवारा नहीं मेरा सब शाम बस है तेरा वक्त मेरा बस आपका है कोई लम्हा मेरा ना हो तेरे बिना हर सांस पे नाम तेरा अब तुम ही हो बस तुम ही हो या रबी बस तुम ही हो चैन भी मेरी हर खुशी मेरी जिंदगी बस तुम ही हो My Lord, you have come and seen me. I was lost and found now. You made love so easy. My Lord, keep me on the straight path. You're my one and only. बस तुम ही हो तुम ही हो बस तुम ही हो या रब्बी बस तुम ही हो चैन भी मेरी हर खुशी मेरी जिंदगी बस तुम ही हो Every night in my dreams, I pray that I see. That is what I ask. Far across the distance and spaces between us. I want to see your face. May fall soon. I can't wait to be with you and hold you and be loved. Your love can touch us one time and last for a lifetime. Your sunnahs have led me through my life. Ya Ilahi, you have blessed us with your prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. May fall Rasulullah, I can't wait to be with you and hold you and be when I see you Please send me so Allah forgives me and I can build Jannah and hold you,
Welcome back. I'm yours truly, Imam Sarfraz Ghani, host of this weekly program titled Soul Inspirations, your program for inspiration, information, education, and entertainment. Jummah Mubarak going out to you and yours. May the blessings of the Almighty be with you and yours. Well, on this point in the program, we now get into a short lecture segment. And this morning, my message is quite simple. Whatever you do, don't live your life in suspicion. Suspicion is a state of mistrust or doubt towards other people's intentions or actions. And while it is absolutely natural to exercise caution in certain situations, an excessive sense of suspicion will most definitely have detrimental effects on your well-being and also on your relationships. Suspicion means believing something to be bad without there being any substantial evidence to prove the same. In the social sense, allowing suspicion to become a habit will have a disastrous effect on any society, and in moral terms, suspicion is a sin. Almighty Allah reminds us of that concept in chapter 49 verse 12. Almighty Allah says, "O you who believe, avoid much suspicion, because indeed some suspicion, some thoughts leads one to sin." And one of his traditions, the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, also reminds us of that particular fact as well. He said, "Beware of suspicion, for suspicion is the falsest of speech. Do not seek out one another's faults. Do not spy on one another. Do not compete with one another. Do not envy one another. Do not hate one another. And do not turn away from one another. Rather, become the obedience of Allah, become the slaves of Allah under the banner of brotherhood. Do not become suspicious of your fellow men." And today, in the era that we are living in, that has become so rampant, so widespread in our communities, we tend to want to literally seek out one another's faults. We are always on the lookout for when the next person makes a mistake. We are always spying on one another. We always try to outdo one another. If my neighbor has built a big house, I want to build a bigger house than his. If my neighbor buys a brand new car, I want to buy a better car than his. We try to compete with one another. We try to outdo one another. We envy one another. And that in itself leads to jealousy. So don't be suspicious of one another, because that in itself is extremely, extremely detrimental. Suspicion is not a solitary evil. It leads to many other evils. It is a root cause of many other evils. Suspicion is like a poisonous weed that rapidly multiplies into a jungle of moral evils. So it is something that you must most definitely be mindful of. Why? Because number one, it erodes relationships. One of the most significant detriments of suspicion is its ability to erode and to eat away at relationships. When you're constantly suspicious of the other person, you create a barrier that prevents genuine connection and intimacy. Be mindful of suspicion. Why? Because it promotes a negative state of emotions, a negative emotional state. And living in a state of suspicion often generates negative emotions within you. And the more you allow those negative emotions to fester, you become much more of an angry person from within. It promotes chronic stress, and it has such a very, very negative impact on your mental and emotional well-being. Suspicion hinders collaboration and cooperation, whether it is in the workplace, whether it is within the realm of your community or a larger societal context. Suspicion fosters an atmosphere of doubt and unease. And when you are not comfortable, when you are uneasy, it is extremely difficult for you to operate at your 100% capacity. Suspicion, I can tell you, also contributes to missed opportunities for growth. Being excessively suspicious of others would lead to missed opportunities. Why? Because your focus is not where it should be. Your focus now is on what other people are doing. And because of that, you may hesitate to take risks. You may hesitate to seek new experiences or to explore unfamiliar territories. And that concept of suspicion holds you back from your true potential. And the impact, the negative impact on society is also very, very extreme. When it becomes pervasive, it literally erodes the fabric of trust that holds communities and societies together. And trust is the essential food of any social ground. It is essential food for any society. It is that cohesive glue, so to speak, that bonds together and holds a people together. So what can be done to prevent yourself from falling into that trap? Well, number one, try your best to avoid making assumptions. It is easy to jump to conclusions and to assume the worst about another person, but be mindful of that particular trait and stay away from doing that. It is also very important that you try to seek understanding. Take time to understand another person's perspective, and communication is the key. Sometimes because of miscommunication, the outcomes can be very detrimental. So within the realm of your being, foster open and honest communication with others. If for some reason doubts have been aroused in your mind, quite simply communicate them and try your best to seek an understanding instead of just casting assumptions. Also, it is important that you look for evidence. Don't become suspicious without evidence. Don't become suspicious based on a thought in your mind. Seek factual information or observe behaviors firsthand before drawing conclusions, because in many instances you jump to a conclusion only to realize afterwards that that was not the true state of affairs. In every situation, try your best to give others the benefit of the doubt. Unless there is clear evidence to the contrary, give people the benefit of the doubt and assume positive intent. So again, my message this morning is quite simple. Don't ever live your life in suspicion. Suspicion can have numerous detriments on your life, and really and truly it is a cancer that eats away at the core of your heart and at the core of your mind. And it is crucial to recognize the detrimental effects of suspicion, and if you can foster open communication and embrace a mindset of goodwill towards others, I can assure you, you will build a better you, and that in itself will contribute to a stronger relationship, a healthier community, and will foster a harmonious and cooperative world that we are living in today.
ليلة من الليالي لست أدري ما تراني ظلمة تغمرني يا رب الأرض ضاقت والسماء وقلبها رفض والدمع بات يبكي يا إلهي يا إلهي يا إلهي يا إلهي يا إلهي عصيت والذنب كبير وإني في حزني أسير مقيد بذنبي يا رب فهل أستحق يا إلهي العفو جما مقر بالذنوب يا إلهي يا إلهي يا إلهي يا إلهي أنت الذي خلقتني رحمتني ورزقتني دوما يا رب قد كنت معي لكنني نهيت عنك نسيت ما قد كان لك وسرت في طريق يا إلهي يا إلهي يا إلهي يا إلهي يا إلهي أنت الذي خلقتني رحمتني ورزقتني دوما يا رب قد كنت معي لكنني بعيد عنك نسيت ما قد كان لك وسرت في طريق يا إلهي يا إلهي يا إلهي يا إلهي واليوم يا ربي أعود من ظلمة خلف الحدود فالقلب منكسر وضرب في حالي وأنا الغريق فلا أرى إلا سواك لمنقذا لا منجا ولا منجا إلا أنت يا إلهي 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 يا إلهي
Soul Inspirations on 103.1 FM, brought to you courtesy Nisa Brand Products Limited, Point Fortin Hardware Limited, Absolute Investments Limited, Adams Project Management Construction, and the TriniLink Solutions. You are listening to Soul Inspirations.
Yes, indeed, you have been listening to Soul Inspirations right here on 103.1 FM with yours truly, Imam Safraz Ghani, as we are now coming to the end of the program. Special thanks going out to the sponsors. Special thanks going out to you and yours for also joining me on the program this morning. Thank you so much for those beautiful messages, those beautiful words that I have received via the Facebook page, via the YouTube feed as well, and also via the WhatsApp number 2994103. It was an absolute pleasure to be in your company over the last hour or so. By all means, catch me next week Friday from 5 a.m. as we bring to you another segment of Soul Inspirations, your program for inspiration, information, education, and entertainment. I'm your host and brother in humanity, Imam Safraz Ghani, signing out for this morning. Until next week Friday, please have an extremely blessed day, a blessed weekend. Stay safe and stay in the mercy of Almighty Allah. Much love, and may the peace, blessings, and mercies of Almighty Allah be with you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
A little fish in the bottom of the ocean, moving along in a really cool motion. Did you ever wonder where you came from? Who is the Lord of all creation? The little fish said, that's my Lord. The little fish said, that's my Lord. The little fish said, that's my Lord. I love the creator of us all. Hey little bird, so way up high, light up the sky with your colored design. Tell me who made you and I, me to walk and you to fly. The little bird said, that's my Lord. The little bird said, that's my Lord. The little bird said, that's my Lord. I love the creator of us all. Allahu Akbar, our creator. There's no one greater than Allah. So why do we stand tall, too proud to recognize what's right before our eyes? Signs from the Lord. Hey alligator, laying so still, who's your